there is no cock like horse cock. Send your
Alright, hey guys, what's up? So the Ethera update is literally about to drop any day now, so I'm pre-recording this and I'll probably upload it as soon as the update comes out. So some things may not be like 100% in the game from what I'm seeing now, because this is all in the testing realm. Also, sorry if I sound like shit. That's because I'm sick like shit right now. I'm congested and shit like that. But anyways, let's get into this. So basically, this is going to be a Warlock PvE build. Now, note I say PvE and not PvP. So, first thing you're going to notice is when I use abilities such as this, I'm only doing about 2,000 damage per hit, right? Not a lot. Averages around to what, like 10,000, 8,000 DPS, right? Not a lot. But you think about it, you're going into dungeons and shit like that, where things are constantly around you. If you're doing 8,000 damage a second, they're gonna die so quickly. This is not good for single attacks, by the way. So if it's like a one-on-one boss fight, probably not the best class to use or not the best build to use, because this isn't really made for 1v1s. It's made to take out a large group all at once. So, anyways, what I got for stats, I basically pumped everything into intelligence and then 30 dexterity. And the reason for the 30 dexterity is for the reduced cooldown perk. Because having the reduced cooldown really actually helps a shit ton. One, first off, look how fast you can blink. Right? And I mean, that's just to get around the map alone. But it also helps with all the other abilities. So, like I said, everything in intelligence, 30 in dexterity. As for the mage books, I prefer to put 10 in Thundercall, 10 in Mana Bomb, because Divine Zap kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. It's like really dog shit. Yeah. But pure Mana Bomb, you're not gonna have Venom Bomb or multi-bomb for that matter. And to be honest, pure Mana Bomb and the lightning strikes, you're not even going to use too much, right? Sure, you got quite a bit of damage on the lightning strikes, so maybe for a boss it'll help, but Mana Bomb is kind of like underwhelming for this build right here. So what you're going to want to run for gear is you're going to run the Wisebeard. Now, this is up to you. I personally decided not to do it, but you can fully Ancient Intelligence it if you want. It'll give you a shit ton of intelligence, but it'll also send your walk speed to hell. And the thing is, when you're doing dungeons like SQR or Mushpock, you're going to want to be able to move around and be able to just do this the entire time while hitting everything. If you've got that low walk speed, you're going to be taking quite a bit of damage, and it may not work out like you want it to. So, back to the gear. We got that. We've got the Archmagus robes, and the reason for this is because it does give quite a bit of intelligence and the defense at the same time, as well as vitality to give yourself a little more health. And then finally, we've got the Ornate Staff, right? This is one of the new weapons that are coming into the game. It does apply a modification to the zap ability, but then again, I really don't like the zap ability. Personally, I don't. If you want to switch out Mana Bomb for the zap ability, by all means, do it. But, has a high weapon attack to it, and that's really the big thing. High weapon attack and high intelligence. Because for this, you're going to be relying on intelligence damage so much. So, get that, and then the Scarab Tongue Boots just for that walk speed and that jump. Because, like I said, being able to run around and use the ability makes this build so much better. Onto the actual Warlock things. I put one into Dark Ritual for, let's say you do at some point run low on mana. You could just use Dark Ritual really quick. It barely does any damage to you, and it'll still bring up your mana a bit. I wouldn't go over one, because really, doing one does enough. No point in wasting skill points or ability points in that. Next, Blood Plague. Very, very good, especially for dungeons. Basically, what it does is... Are there enemies around? No, I can't find any enemies. Basically, anything that's hit in that radius right there will get poisoned over and over and over again. Even though it's a low amount, it's still a shit ton of damage to throw on top of the damage you're already doing. So for example, right here, right? It's only doing 67, but look how fast it's fucking doing it. And again, that might not be a lot, but it's also just extra damage thrown on top of it. So it gives a DPS of 967 on top of what your current DPS already is. So, Desecrate. Probably the best ability to choose here. Definitely 10 out of 10. Does a shit ton of damage per second. You're doing about 8,000 damage a second doing this. Alright? Like, it's a lot. So you do the 8,000 damage on top of the 900. You're basically doing 9,000 damage a second if you combo those two abilities. Not to mention, if you use an intelligence potion, you're doing far more damage than that already. You're hitting criticals of 3,000. You're still ranging about 2,000. But you're definitely going to be doing more damage with that higher intelligence. Because right now, my intelligence, I get a 138% magical attack bonus. And that intelligence potion is helping a lot. I don't know why it says 347. That's fucking broken. And then, finally, you're going to pump the rest of your points into Dark Pulse. I rarely use Dark Pulse, but it's good for like a quick, okay, let me just fucking finish you. You charge it up, you lose a shit ton of health. Blah, 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 blah. Vitality's helping really good on that. And you're doing 33,000 damage. Just like that. And then if you need a heal, you just pump this up. And boom, you're healed right back up. So really, you have no use for... it saves you on healing items. I think... honestly, I think that's pretty great. If you... the plan really would be to poison them. Use the Dark Pulse. Lose a bunch of your health. And again, this is for PvE. In PvP, this would probably dick you. Alright, you do a shit ton of damage, and then you just heal right back up. That's why I think this build is probably the best for PvE. I think that about does it there. We've covered the gear and everything like that. What I ended up doing to get these gold, by the way, because obviously you're not going to start with gold gear, is I used 2 curse scrolls of 2 good rolled curse scrolls, and then ancient intelligence scrolls, not everything else. Now you can choose if you want to do ancient defense, but really I don't think you need the defense because you have enough mobility to avoid mostly anything, and you can heal up pretty quickly. So I think defense isn't really that important for this build. Again, the PvE build, PvP this would go completely different because you'd kind of get fucked. But for PvE, for things like Spider Queen's Revenge and Mushpock, very, very good build for this, especially with the new updates coming out with Endless Mushpock. This is definitely going to be the way to go. Anyways, guys, if this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Please check me out on Twitch. That's where most of my content is. I post guides here. Most of my content's actually pretty good on Twitch, I'll admit that. My YouTube content's dog shit. Alright, it's dog shit. I know it's dog shit. There are a couple good videos here and there where I would say, okay, that's pretty good. But no, most of my good content is on Twitch, so make sure you check me out on that. If you guys have any comments about the build or any suggestions on ways to improve it, leave it in the comments below. I'll always respond to shit like that. Or if you have any questions, I'll always respond. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.